start with this. Actually, we saved the recording completely.
We have been living the fever dream of the century, enslaving progress, but still have no unity. The Ummah is supposed to be one big community, but when one limb aches, the rest ignores their history. Starting with we have been living the fever dream of the century, enslaving progress, but still have no unity. The Ummah is supposed to be one big community, but when one limb aches, the rest ignores their injury. The screams of the oppressed have become white noise. When do we forget that Allah gave us the voice? The tyrants are in cahoots, but on the outside they rejoice. Yeah, Ummati, we act like we don't have any choice. We hit snooze to collect genocides and souvenirs, letting our colonizers control our political affairs. We're helpless as employed by the puppeteers, saying just 5 more minutes. For the past 100 years, we've designed our jail cell with jewels and gems to brainwash, to play offense, or even defend ourselves. But instead, we have more kira over bars, put up by kufar, our arms scraped and scarred, until we befriend the perpetrators and become the new guards. What happened to the evil we're expected to forbid? We're still giving Earl the khutbahs at the masjid. They invade our hearts and we wait for them to sign a permit instead of committing kufr and taghut and truly submit to the one who placed a khalifa upon this earth, to the one who gave us the recipe for victory. Hold firmly to the rope of Allah and don't be divided. Isn't that enough evidence for unity? We can be a part of the group that calls towards al-Khair, the system of Islam that governs all of our affairs. Establishing the SPARC Our doesn't compare with Western civilizations that lead everyone to despair. Instant gratification has drugged us more than big pharma. Our enemies play the long game while they give us trauma. Lack of geopolitical understanding has blinded us from Obama, and short-term planning alone won't save Gaza. To cure a body, a doctor can give 2 things: either fast relief meds or rehab therapies. Long-term planning can allow us to heal fully, but only if consistent work is done regularly. So, abolish secularism and reclaim holistic Islam. Learn the prophetic method by going back to how it began. The glad tidings of the strangers have been revealed, and establishing the theme is our ultimate shield. So, accept your invite to be a part of Jinn victory. There's no time to wait. We're in a state of emergency. We can be among the Zakumullahu by answering Allah's call, and in this era of tyranny, once and for all. Jazakumullahu Khairan, Farhat. I feel like I got so invested that I forgot that I had to get back up. I was like, it's not a lot. of learners. Please welcome Sister Abi to the stage. Joining us now is Sister Aishah Ashraf. Aishah is the production coordinator for CTV's Your Morning, where she focuses on news writing and producing interviews on topics like current affairs, film, and TV. She coordinates talents and works closely with hosts to produce guest interviews and write news stories presented on air. In addition to her work with CTV, Aishah serves as a news anchor for Muslim Network TV, delivering current affairs content and conducting interviews with special guests. With a background in journalism and a passion for storytelling, Aishah is committed to enhancing female Muslim representation in the entertainment industry, and she aspires to become a talk show host. Let's give her a warm welcome. And finally, we have Sister Fatima Ahmad. Fatima is the co-founder and international coordinator of International Students of Islamic Psychology, iSPARC. She holds a Bachelor of Science in Psychology, a Bachelor of Education from York University, and a Master in Pastoral Studies with a Muslim focus from the University of Toronto. As a registered psychotherapist with over 20 years of experience as an educator, Fatima integrates Islamic principles with psychological practices to support mental health and well-being. She's dedicated to fostering a deeper understanding of Islamic psychology within the global community. Please join me in welcoming Sister Fatima to stage. She'll be here in 2 minutes, inshallah. Okay, we have amazing panelists over here, and we're going to have personalized questions for each one of them, and inshallah, we'll rotate between them, and you'll get to hear everyone's unique perspectives. Inshallah, we'll start with Sister Aishah Ashraf. Okay, Sister Aishah, with your journalism degree and your diverse media experience, how did your academic path prepare you for that?
So it's a funny story. When I was in high school in my earlier years, I was convinced I was going to be a surgeon because I'd watched a little too much Grey's Anatomy, and my new science was my first subject. So I quickly realized that wasn't the path for me. And when I thought about it, I came to find out that I'd always been interested in media. I've always been more of a creative person, so I was like, okay, journalism, that'll be my path. And when it was time to apply to university, I was on FaceTime with one of my best friends, and she was like, you're not going to make any money in journalism. Spoiler alert, she was right. You don't make any money. But I listened to her. That was enough. So I did a year of criminology, realized I hated it, my marks weren't great, and I didn't see a future in it. So I switched to journalism, and it was the best decision I've ever made in my life.
MashaAllah, I think for those who are not comfortable like teaching fields, it leaves a message that inshallah, whatever you choose, just choose your passion, inshallah. On to Sister Aliya. So Sister Aliya, as an international scholar, you started multiple initiatives. How has your academic journey empowered you to take on these projects?
I think that coming to Ummati from Dubai has been a dream come true. I was the first one from my family to go anywhere abroad. So, alhamdulillah, especially considering the massive and insane international tuition fees. For those of you that don't know, we pay $60,000 every year. So, just being able to come here despite the insane fees, due to scholarship, etc., has been like unbelievable. opportunities to network, so I hope you guys get to network with these amazing people. Sister Fatima is here. Everyone, please give her a big round of applause. Is it okay if I start just questioning you now? Okay. So your academic journey combines psychology, education, and pastoral studies, and it's such a unique combination. How have these disciplines shaped your approach to profounding iSPARC and advancing Islamic psychology?
Okay, Assalamu Alaikum, Rahmatullahi, Barakatuhu. Jazakumullahu Khairan to Aliya Ali Shaikha and for all the organizers. Yes, so I started as an undergrad. I was doing my psych degree, and actually I had a moment, many moments, where I was very, alhamdulillah, very blessed in my Islamic journey. And so those very first, I'm sure people have heard of Medina intensives. I attended one of those first Medina intensives way back in 1996. I'm going to take myself. And that really wanted me to take the trajectory of studying the Islamic sciences. And so I've been involved with Islamic sciences since that time, but I really, at that time as a youth, I really was like, oh, what am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing here. And it was very difficult for me actually at the time to complete my degree because my heart just wasn't in it anymore, and I wanted to study the Islamic sciences. That didn't happen for various reasons. Bless them. And so I did end up, kind of negotiating basically with my parents, and they were like, I'm sure many of us can resonate with. They wanted you to have something more than just an undergrad, so I did my teaching degree. So I did my mother was a teacher, and so I did my B.Ed, and then I also spent some time abroad. So I studied abroad for a couple of years. I'm an educator right now in the Toronto District School Board. I have been I've been involved in TDSB, as I grew up in the TDSB as well, in Scarborough. And what happened was I actually attended in 2019. I attended a lecture. Dr. Abdullah was there. And it was downtown. I don't even remember how I came across it. It must have been from a forward from somebody. And it piqued my interest. It was on Muslim and indigenous healing practices. And when I attended it at the end, Dr. Abi Siva, who I had no idea who she was at the time, Dr. Farhat Ullah was also there. They stood up and they advertised the Zainab Mussawar College, just the Masters in Pastoral Studies I was just mentioning to one of the sisters. And as soon as she kind of